to the cloud.
Awesome. So do I have to share my screen for the video?
I don't know. Are you going to be sharing your screen, or how do you want to go about it?
Well, everyone is going to open Miro, so I would only share it for the video, I guess.
Oh, I see.
And you guys are going to be, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Right.
for documenting purposes, let's share screen so that we could capture it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll make you co-hosts.
Cheers. Okay. Cool. All right. Should we get started?
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's do this.
Let's get started.
Yep. Let's
Awesome.
go.
I'll pull everyone to me for now. Let's see if this works. Bring everyone to me. Okay.
Yeah, so everybody
our
should be in
agenda.
the Miro, in the link that was shared in the chat.
Yeah. So for everyone who's not in yet, please click on the link in the chat, and I will quickly go over our agenda for today. First of all, thanks everyone for joining. Today we're gonna work on our vision for the Rarible DAO with a quick introduction, first by Mark and myself. For the first 5 minutes, Eric is gonna quickly set the frame. So, where's the Rarible DAO today? And then we're gonna go into an exercise together for the next 45 minutes. I'll pass it on to Mark.
Awesome. Thank you, Max. So the first question, or I guess the open question that we have is, why is it important that we have clear mission values? Like, why are we spending time to actually think about this, right? Like, and I have a few things like on my mind that I would like to share with you guys. So I think figuring out, a clear vision, mission, and values, it is the foundation for all of our activities in our organization, from strategy, governance, communications, product design, developments, grants, proposals. Wherever we make a decision collectively, we can always ask, does this align with our vision, mission, and values? And if you've worked in a company before, we always have something like this, to sort of direct our actions. So the vision and the mission state where we are going and what we will do to get there. This directs our efforts towards a common and shared goal. Our values define what we believe in and how we are expected to behave with each other and all other stakeholders. It is our moral direction, our compass that will guide our decisions made. And it also provides a standard for assessing our actions, and all our DAO members will be expected to embody our values. So yeah, I see this as us establishing our North Star or our guiding light. And yeah, I'll pass it off to Max, who would give brief definitions of these things.
Cheers, Mark. Yeah, so to expand on this a little bit, I think Mark, you already put it pretty well. But so we have 3 workshops in the next 3 weeks. So starting today, 1 workshop next week, same time on Monday on the mission, and the week after on the values. So just to kind of differentiate like these 3, I wanted to kind of go over quickly some definitions. With the vision is really aspirational. It's a statement of where the DAO wants to be in the future. Now we want it to be, purposely ambitious, but still realistically stretchy. And, on that, in the exercise, we'll ask you to focus on things we can control. Hey. And that's also where the realistically comes in. Like those things in the vision, when we start writing it, it has to be somewhat realistic as well. The mission of a team or organization is really its core purpose. Why do we exist? Why have we been set up, as a team, for example? And it really defines the why. What are we doing? Why are we doing it? And what are the reasons behind all of this? The values are the important principles and beliefs. It's the ways in which we want to behave, and in the way in which we see the world around us. And they also will represent how we will operate in the way forward. Just on the right side, you'll see a house. That's the actually Microsoft's mission, vision, and values, with the vision that you can see at the top. For Microsoft, the vision is to create local opportunity, growth, and impact in every community and country around the world. Their mission is about empowering every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. And they have a couple of values, including innovation, diversity and inclusion, corporate social responsibility, etc. So yeah, this is kind of what we're going to be working towards for the Rarible DAO. I'll pass it on to Eric, who will set the frame.
All right. I guess I'll just share my screen. Because I just had something to share here. Here, so what I'm going to share here is not necessarily where the DAO is today, but where we'd like to get in a relatively short time frame, because this will kind of make us think and align in terms of where we're going, at least. So where we're going is that we want to have token holders, the Rarible token holders, delegate their votes to various working groups and community members. We want an active community, which includes us, but also others. And we want a good diversity of proposals coming to this community. We need a competitive environment for proposals, so that we have really high quality proposals coming in. The proposals and the execution of this would happen via a DAO, so without middlemen or anything like that. And at the end of the day, this community and these working groups have ownership and control over the Rarible protocol. So it's not Rarible.com, it's not other assets. It's really the Rarible protocol that the DAO is governing. And the DAO would have a pool of funds, which it could issue for grants or other growth efforts or incentives, things like that. And in addition to the Rarible protocol, there would ideally be a large ecosystem of protocols who are built on of projects that are built on the protocol. And at some point, not right now, but there would be fees at the protocol level, which would go to the DAO and help sustain the ecosystem, and those fees would be used to fund public goods and things like that. So that's kind of where we'd like to go. There's a lot of steps to get there, but it might be good to think about this when we're trying to frame our vision and all that. So
Awesome. Thank you, Eric. Max, would you want to share the screen again? So right now we are diving into the steps, the exercises itself. All right, here we go. So step one is, I want for us, our community, to answer this question. Would it be fantastic if in 3 to 5 years time, we ... And so if you see right here under step one, we've made sticky notes that you could put your notes or your thoughts in. You could grab one, you could double click on it. You could double click on it and then add tag, and you could put your name as a tag. And I would encourage everyone to at least limit to three, answering the question. And then from there, we would discuss it. So yeah, let us start doing that right now. And if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions.
How much time do we have?
We are allotting 5 minutes.
Okay, so is everybody in the Miro and able to do this?
Yes.
I just want to do a quick check to make sure everybody's got it. Okay.
Mhm.
Can you guys hear the music?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are people writing? I'm just I feel like
Yeah, people
I
are
don't see
writing.
much. Okay, all right. Feel free to move them around too. You don't have to leave them where they're. I have more than 3, so I'm just gonna keep writing.
Go for it. Cool. Time is up. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, a lot of good thoughts here, a lot of good insights. And yeah, we now move on to step two. We will discuss all the things that you guys have written. Let me uh, just move these over here. And if you can, I would encourage everyone to drag their stickies onto the step two. Just drag them all there. Thank you. Let's make
Were you
sure that
supposed
we,
to tag which ones were yours or something?
yes, ideally.
Okay.
But if you didn't do it, that's also fine.
Okay. I'll just.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So we have about 10 minutes to discuss all of the thoughts that you guys have written. So let's start with the the top row.
Those are all mine.
Those are all yours. Okay.
Yeah,
So
not all of them, just the first three.
okay, cool, cool. So Max says, can give anyone the ability to live off of their creativity. Um, laid and are laid the groundwork for the metaverse, and then we are the go-to incubator for the future of media. Do you have any other additional thoughts on that, Max?
Um, Not really. I wanted to try to tackle it from different angles.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I mean, they're kind of keywords, right? Like creativity, metaverse, media, and how do we fit into these three things, right? We enable creativity, we set the Lego blocks or the building blocks for the metaverse. So we're building the metaverse, and we're an incubator because we have all these cool projects that are building the future of media, but also linked to the metaverse obviously as well. I think it's quite self-explanatory, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Let's move on to Luis. His notes right here. So there's three. One is make NFTs a well-known feature ad. That's a good one. Become the go-to default NFT platform. And then the last one is have tokenomics that mirror top DeFi tokens. Very interesting. Lewis, do you have any other thoughts on this?
Yeah, so the first two kind of are intended to kind of go together. NFTs are more well known outside of Web3, but they're still like, kind of this like abstract weird thing that a lot of people don't really understand. And I think, in providing that kind of like knowledge base, being able to make it simple and just like very straightforward, that also allows us to become the default NFT marketplace and platform, because then it's like, oh, well, I didn't know this thing. Now I know it. Why? Because of this platform. So obviously I go there next. The tokenomics is entirely separate, but that's just because I think the tokenomics right now varies a little. I could need to look deeper into it, but just this idea of just users, artists just getting very, there doesn't seem to be any sync where we're burning any of it. It seems like it's used for governance, but there's like not much utility besides that, and the governance needs to be better motivated for a lot of people that are participating from what I've seen so far. So but I think that's like maybe its own like discussion. So.
Mhm. Very helpful. Thanks, Luis. Um, okay, we move on to the next row. Become an attractive spot for inspiring minds and projects.
That
Who
was
wrote?
me,
Okay,
Cooper.
word. Um, are there any other thoughts that, because I don't see a tag here?
Yes.
No, it's all good. Is this the only sticky that you've
Yep.
written?
That's the
Okay.
only one.
become an attractive spot for inspiring mind. Do you want to add additional thoughts on this one?
It kind of goes along the same path that Lewis was just talking about after becoming kind of after NFTs are more well known and we become a default platform, kind of just, and also a well-known DAO that's kind of laid the groundwork and proven successful and can attract people or projects to join and get involved.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Cool. We move on to Jose, who has written, we would be a reference not only for the NFT space, but also in the real world. Do you have anything to add to there, Jose?
No, not much. It's just that we go the opposite route, right? So right now the art is coming to the digitalization, right? And now we'll be going from the digitalization to also have impact in the real world, like going the inverse way and see how can NFTs change the world by themselves and technology? What kind of impact we can bring to the real world besides just adoption?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Cool. Our next note would be this one. I'm not sure who wrote enable artists from all spectrums to participate. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure who wrote this. Does anyone? Okay. All good. So I feel like enable artists from all spectrums to participate and then facilitate artist collaborations and creations are sort of like kind of similar. Did anyone write this? Facilitate artist collaborations and creations? Cool.
Anonymous contributor.
Word. Okay. Let's move on to the this couple of sticky notes that Eric has written.
I couldn't help but just write more than 3, but
No worries, no worries.
it was too hard.
No worries. Yeah, let me read some of them. We had incredible innovation and attracted the best and the brightest minds and projects. We had a DAO with a massive treasury. We had hundreds of projects building on the protocol. There was zero barrier for people to contribute to the DAO. Yes. We have the most liquid environment for buying and selling NFTs. We had a vibrant community making amazing decisions. Every asset on Earth was represented on our protocol. Yeah,
Nice.
definitely ambitious for sure. We had so many open source tools, new projects that could get started super easily. And then lastly, we give ownership of the protocol to those who add value. Do you want to add more thoughts or comments on that, Eric?
No,
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Word. And then I think this would be the last one. Let's see here. Yep, it's from Victor. We had less capital, but more human ownership. And then we could enable direct personal control of NFTs. Victor, do you want to add more to that?
Yeah, this is kind of connected to what Eric wrote about zero barrier for people to contribute. Imagine they're not artists or token holders because they have no money, but they still want to contribute and become part of it. And I'm coming from the crypto biometrics part when you can like enable certain people without money in the DAO to have some rights, even without capital or like ownership of any art inside the system. Mm-hmm. And for the next one, this is pretty easy. Just if, for example, the artist loses his digital artwork because he lost the keys, it would be terrible. I mean, artists are really, people who can, I don't know, commit suicide after something like that. And we don't want it to be, so we could connect their directly biometrics to their artwork so that it couldn't happen. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. I think what you're I guess alluding to is more of like a ownership, right? Like ownership of and control of
Right.
NFTs. Yeah. Oh, we have a last minute addition from Natalie. We lead the way
Actually,
for. Oh, go ahead.
I just have a thought. Like I do see some people who haven't written stickies or anything like that. Maybe we can just have some time now. If anybody has additions or like, you know, we can just add a little bit more.
Floor.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah.
Do we want to do that? Like a few minutes?
Yeah.
If anyone has anything else.
Yeah.
Because I know Natalie was a bit late, and I think Matthew also came a bit late. So yeah, maybe we can just do that just to make sure we get everybody's thoughts and comments here.
Yes. So for the latecomers, what's up, Matthew? So go to step 1, grab a sticky, and then answer the question: would it be fantastic if in 3 to 5 years we ... Limit to 3, and yeah,
Or more, if
yeah,
you can't help it.
or more if you want, or articulate it or vocalize it. That's also fine. Okay, so while some people are catching up, maybe we can talk about Natalie's post. We were known for interoperability and collaborations throughout the metaverse. Do you want to say a few words about that, Natalie?
Sure. I've just been working, collecting, I don't know if you guys have heard of the MetaKey project that's happening. And their whole focus is on interoperability and partnerships throughout the metaverse with NFTs and gaming and Decentraland, Sandbox, CryptoVoxels, you name it. So to me, that is really the future of the functionality and the really interesting technology of the way that NFTs are used and how, you know, that just fascinates me right now. So I just thought that'd be something to add.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Thank you, Natalie. We got Matthew typing something. All right. Matthew says, oh, all right. I think he's done. Matthew says, introduced 1 million artists to the power of DAOs plus collective ownership. Do you want to say a few words about that, Matthew?
Hello? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. I guess what I'm alluding to there is that from my perspective, Rarible DAO was my first time getting on a DAO call or a Zoom call of any that kind as an artist. And so I feel like it's an incredible on-ramp into the DAO ecosystem and what DAOs even are and that whole educational process in learning the opportunities here. And so it's a great opportunity to bring artists into that fold and educate them on the powers of collective ownership.
Nice. Hell yeah. Thanks,
I
man.
have a follow-up on that. I feel like it's important to dig maybe a little bit. So why is collective ownership important to you, I think, Matthew? What is collective ownership and why is it important?
Collective ownership means that I have a say in, I guess the two things that come to mind is that I have, the artist or the network has a say in paths forward and decision making, and therefore can guide the ship somewhat, and it doesn't go completely away from I guess median wishes of the network, of the user base. It kind of stays aligned with that ship. And then the other thing is, ownership in a protocol hopefully also leads to having a stake or claim to that protocol's value as it increases. And that's something that artists and users lack today, in that we don't get a stake in the protocols that we're making extremely famous in Web 2 or extremely popular, extremely valuable. So having a stake, that's where like true, I think wealth creation can come from for artists.
Word. Thanks, man. Cool. Shall we move on to step 3? Okay. All right.
Wait, Mark,
Go
does
ahead,
anyone
Max.
else want to maybe say anything? Someone who wasn't able to, put anything on the post-it notes. We can also have a quick open mic session where we have like 5 minutes left. Because, yeah, so if anyone else wanted to add anything, maybe now is the chance. In the meantime, I have a quick question, maybe. Yeah, sorry, Eric.
No, go with
I had
your
a question. Okay, I had a question actually to Victor. You mentioned we had less capital, but more human ownership. I think you voiced that over quickly, but how would that look like?
Oh, that's basically, well, now you have token holders, and they're the ones who are delegating and staking. Now imagine if you could prove through the biometrics that there is a unique and living human being participating in a DAO, and have some separate structure for artists, for example, or other people who do things in the DAO but without capital to participate.
Okay, because a token represents to a certain extent also like usage and think it, yeah. I mean, per se, capital is not necessarily a bad thing, but I think now we're going into another discussion.
No, not a bad thing, but I mean, somebody has no capital but has creativity and innovation. Right?
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions or? Yeah, Eric.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we could discuss these things for a long time. Like some things that come to mind are like, okay, the first post, anyone the ability to live off their creativity. I think it's important for us to think, like, I don't know what your perspective is, but when I read that, I think a lot more broadly than art. Like I imagine NFTs immersing into like every form of intellectual property. And so, maybe it's important to like think about this. I don't know. I think about this more broadly personally, even though like now the current market is focused on art. I really see intellectual property and NFTs being like one. The future of media, I think, is super interesting. But also, what comes to mind to me is like, okay, what is media? Like, what is what are the limits there? Like, how broad are we? I don't know if you have any thoughts on that specifically on the media.
Well, I was thinking actually about like the digital realm more from the a digital perspective, because creativity, I guess, could be anything. Maybe it could be a drawing, could be someone writing something. It could be, I mean, everything is creativity essentially. I think media is often it's linked to maybe entertainment, but I was thinking a bit more in the sense of digital, assets or digital. I should probably look into that definition a bit more, but what does media look like in the future, and how do we, give media creators or the tools to create the best media out there. And I think there is some overlap with media and metaverse. Like the metaverse might be, you know, yeah, a place where we or the place where we consume media, because it is media. It's just, yeah, I don't know. So, but I agree with also your first point. Like creativity is, I think it goes beyond what it is now. And also with the metaverse,
Yeah, in a
part,
way,
I think we're gonna have. Yeah, sorry.
in a way,
Yeah.
it's almost like metaverse and media are like subcategories of creativity. Like creativity is like a massive umbrella, and media is definitely a form of
Mhm.
production and creativity and content and all that, but it's like a subset of the broader creativity umbrella. And creativity could include like engineering work or software, or you know, like there's like so many
True.
buckets of potential creativity, and media and metaverse are like two segments. And in my mind, I actually think about like, okay, what is like the much broader context of ownership and intellectual property, and you know, there's many potential pieces that could fit in that. So it's kind of some thoughts.
May I also add some thoughts? It's just about how we can, what we could also do here, but let's not do it today, but later. So many things are here and the visions are interconnected that we could draw lines between them to figure out like the whole picture of what we just drew here.
How about, okay, so that's our next step, is to actually bundle and cluster all of the like you know, thoughts like together, right? So if you see right here, let's all move into step 3, which is clustering. If you see the box below it, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. And while everyone was putting their notes up, you know, their stickies, I was reading through them and actually creating these little categories. One is projects, treasury and tokens, people/community, creativity, and innovation. And so maybe I would invite everyone to put it on the right category, and we'll all figure out if that category really represents the notes that you've written. And of course, we could certainly edit or actually add more categories, but please, you know, put it on the on the bucket, and we'll all discuss together.
Let's see, we should send this to the back. I made a duplicate right beside to the left, so let's just use those so we don't remove
Okay.
the master sticky notes.
Yes. Yes. It's really cool to see all these like cursors.
So, Mark, what if you feel yours fits into 2 categories? Can I just put it in both, like copy and paste it into both? Just
Oh,
leave
I
it
see.
in one for now.
Yeah, I mean, if
I think
it's
so.
Innovation. Yeah, it's
yes,
kind of innovation, technology, and people and community, because it, yeah, okay, cool.
yeah, yeah, we could put it on both. And
Maybe
and if you
Natalie, you can change the color of the post-it, and you know if
Yeah,
yeah.
that it
and if
fits
you
both.
think it doesn't fit in this category, just put it below, just below the box, just right here,
And you
and
guys can decide. Yeah.
and we could all decide together if we need to create a new category.
Sorry, so we're putting it below. If it fits in 2, or if it fits in 2, we cut.
If it doesn't fit into any of these categories that I've written, just put it below right here, and then we'll all figure out if we need another category for it. Max, is our timer running or?
No, but I know about how much time we have left. I mean, this
Okay.
is the last one, so we have 15 minutes left
No worries.
until the closing.
Cool,
Good
cool.
point, though. Put it anyway.
Eric, you put in here down below, every asset on Earth was represented on our protocol. Do you think this would fall under innovation or technology, since it is protocol related?
Yeah, possibly. We could do
Yeah.
that.
And then I think Natalie, we're known for interoperability and collaborations throughout the metaverse. It's both people and community and innovation tech. But I feel like this falls more under innovation and technology. What do you think?
I just also think that as interoperability changes, like with growing innovations, like it just like creates more connections. Like I just think they're so interconnected. Like the more people think of what can be done, it pushes the technology, and the more people you connect with, the more ideations, the more possibilities arise.
Mm,
So the more
right.
communities that I've been a part of, the more they're using it in innovative ways. So yeah, let's keep it an innovation technology. I think so.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What about ownership? The one there, we gave ownership of the protocol to those who had value. Would that be like community people or like treasury or like
Yeah.
governance? Maybe there's another category of governance, like
Shall we create one?
even making good decisions. Like where does that fit in?
I would probably put it under people and community, because governance is under people and community. What do you think?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay, let me drag it. Okay, cool. And we have two ones from Victor. We had less capital ownership but more human ownership. Maybe this one goes
It looks like
into.
it was
Mhm.
pasted. There's
Oh, it
more
was
than
pasted.
people in
Okay,
innovation.
cool.
So we can just remove these ones.
Sweet. How does everyone feel about the categories? Does it sort of like fully capture what we've posted so far, or does it need some tweaking? Or yeah, open to anyone's like suggestions.
I mean, the one thing that I'm thinking is like there's different aspects of people community. Maybe governance is included there. Maybe it's people community governance. Like
People,
maybe it's
community,
like
and governance. Okay. Cool. People, community, and governance. Oop, I think we have. Oh,
Mark, let me put it back.
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I got it.
and what about like ownership? Is that currently being captured in creativity? Like, I guess so.
Yeah.
Give anyone the ability to live off their creativity. Yeah.
Sweet. So far, I think the community has sort of like has shared their thoughts on all these like 5 categories. Let me just arrange them real quick. Cool. Sweet. Okay, let's move into the last step. So we have consolidated it. Now it's time to, I guess, express, consensus through voting. So if you could see right here, there's a red dot. Feel free to copy and paste it. I would invite everyone to put this red dot onto one thing or one sticky.
It looks locked, by the way.
Oh, Max, can you unlock it?
Yeah, it's unlocked.
Okay.
Wait, let me unbundle it. Yeah.
There we go.
So I would invite everyone to put a dot, a red dot, onto a sticky within each category. So limit one per category. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose of that is so that we can create a heat map to sort of like see which sticky notes resonate with the community the most. And then after that, we would all collect it, and that would be our vision. So, is everyone ready? And let's begin.
It's really hard to choose.
It is.
Hmm. And also, it feels like sometimes terms need to be better defined, but
Mhm.
Yeah. So far, under projects, we have 3 votes for, we have hundreds of projects building on the protocol, and then 3 votes for, we would be a reference not only for the NFT space, but also in the real world.
I can one circle put on the ticket, yes?
I'm sorry?
Where was that?
I can one circle put on the ticket.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
one.
so for one category, you are entitled to 1 vote.
Okay, спасибо.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm. One, two, three. Okay. So under tokenomics or treasury and tokens, it seemed like the one that we have here, the one that Eric wrote, we have a DAO with a massive treasury that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes. And then so far under people/community and governance, we have this one so far. We have a vibrant community making amazing decisions. Pretty cool. And then under creativity, I guess the runner up is like enable artists from all spectrums to participate. I love that. And then under innovation and technology, the most votes so far is we have so many open source tools and new projects that could get started super easily. Cool. Let me, I guess, copy that on to the next slide. Is everyone done voting? I would assume so. Cool. And then here, and then this one, and then this one. Cool. Okay. All right. So Rarible DAO Vision, where we want to go and why do we exist? So far, here's what we have. So we would have, this one is written by Jose. We would be a reference not only for the NFT space, but also in the real world. Eric says that we have a DAO with a massive treasury. We also have a DAO that has a vibrant community making amazing decisions. And then we have many open source tools and new projects that could get started super easily. And then enable artists from all spectrums to participate. Cool. How does everyone feel about that so far?
I think there's some stuff missing maybe a bit, but maybe that's my opinion.
Oh, some is missing?
No, not from the votes, just like if this is like the final vision. Like for example, enabling
Doesn't
all
feel
artists to
inspirational
participate. Yeah. It is inspirational.
Yeah. These are certainly good ambitions to have for the DAO, which I think, at least the way that I see it, covers all of the, I guess, goals that we have, from innovation, technology, creativity, from people to governance, from the financial aspect too, the treasury and the tokens, and from the projects that are building on the Rarible protocol. So I think that the next step for us, and and this is with Max and me, is to actually write a a one sentence or two sentence that would cover all of these thoughts that the community has shared.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I mean, to me, like these feel like they cover the bases, but I'm missing like the inspiration, like the like real like, oh yeah, this is like super exciting. So maybe that'll come when you kind of like flush it out and like put some words to it, make it juicy. Maybe.
Yes. So the next step for us is to actually like consolidate them, distill it, and then share it within the forums, Discord, Telegram, what have you. And from there we would collect thoughts and comments from people so that we could sharpen this. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah, good
One
start.
more thing, guys. So we have the 2 next workshops next week and the week after. Mark and I will work also in parallel on consolidating what we did today. But I'll bring everyone to me. I want you guys. So this board is open, so you guys can open it anytime. Specifically, we would like you guys to, if you think about, you know, inspirational other projects, you can add them to the inspiration board over here. You know, if there's any values that are cool, other things you're like, oh, this sounds pretty cool. I would like, you know, maybe we can learn from them, reuse some stuff. So feel free to, you know, drop some screenshots during the next few days. Yeah, in parallel, that'd be great.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're out of time, right? So thanks
Yeah.
everyone who joined. It was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you everyone
And,
for
sorry, I'm making. Go for it, Mark.
yeah. Yeah.
Close it. Yeah.
No, for sure. Thank you, Max. You know, thanks again, everyone, for spending time and figuring out these really important pieces of our DAO. And yeah, I mean, if you have any comments, suggestions, and thoughts, please feel free to contact either me, myself, or Max, or Eric. And yeah, I think that's it for today. And as Max said, we have session 2 next Monday. So we would love to see you guys again. And yeah, please feel free to drop your inspirations on this mirror board as well. Yeah, that's it
Cool.
for today. And yeah, thanks so much, guys. I appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Cheers. Thank you.